Hey everybody, I'm jumping on here kind of early because I've got a lot of random things to do tonight and I kind of wanted to get ahead of everything. I know it's been a little bit since I've been live again. I'm struggling to find a good balance, but I'm also struggling to plan. So I wanted to get on here and get this week done because my intention all last week was to get on and get last week done, and I didn't. So that is actually one of the things that if I have time, I'm going to try to make this like under 2 hours. Like I would really like to do a kind of short one. Try to like get things going. And of course my iPad is not connecting. So give me a second to hopefully get this going. So I can see your comments, hopefully, and it's not. Okay. It's possible my internet is not working, so let's try that. Yep, that's what it is. Just give me 1 minute here, and then I'm gonna get this party started. So that's kind of why there we go. All right, let me pull up the live. Sorry about the delay here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this week, and that's kind of like my priority. I have a planner meetup this weekend, so like I can work on next week there. Looks like my internet keeps popping off. I'm still trying to get this to pull up. Sorry, guys. All right, there we go. Okay, looks like we've got a good, let me just adjust this really slightly. Sorry about all the movement. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. So I'm working on this week's. This is what we did the last time I was live, and I haven't been very good about filling it out. This will be last week's, and that's like the next thing I want to do. So the first thing I want to do is this week because obviously, right? Like, let's get started. If you're popping in, feel free to say hi. I'm going to be kind of, I don't want to say fast because I'm not going to be fast, but I'm going to be kind of like, let's get this done today. So this week, if you don't know, I happen to like Taylor Swift a little bit, and she is coming out with a new album, and I am so excited. And so that's going to be kind of the theme for this week. I had gotten this awesome set from Raspberry Designs, and I was actually planning on using that until, I think it was last week that I saw Caffeine Queens came out with a Tortured Poets department. I actually also have some stickers from Sugar Pop Fizz, and I can't, oh, I do have it. Okay, cool. I also have this one here. So I'm not sure. I want to incorporate them both, actually. I have some others from the sticker party and mostly Sugar Pop Fizz that I'll also be adding there. So they're all kind of in the same gray, you know, gray and tan and all of that kind of. She included this really cute little, the Tortured Poets department. I like this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'll like hang it up, or I don't think I'm going to put it in my bullet journal, or maybe I'll like stick it in or something. Sorry, I just had like a weird moment on my teeth. Anyway, so there's some really cute boxes. And then there's also this like washi strips that I really like to use. I probably won't use these letters of the days of the week. It'll take up a little too much room, a little more room than I want to. And then we've got like the file name from the desk. And a lot of these little boxes. So when I'm doing something like this, I kind of consider, like this week has already started, obviously. And I don't have a ton going on. So I'm not really like super concerned about space. But if you are, that's when it's a really good time to use like an anti-stencils and give yourself that nice big box. But because I'm really not concerned about it, I'm trying to look through like all these boxes and see like there's 6 of them here. And that's honestly probably enough space. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, because I definitely want to incorporate these washi strips somehow. But yeah, let's just start and kind of see how we go. So what I think I'm going to do instead of using the big one is I'm going to use the smaller. Let's see if I have all the small. I don't think I have all of the small anti-stencils, unfortunately, because that's kind of the size I would like to go with, knowing that, let's see if I've got them. You know what I can use? Alright, it doesn't look like I have all of them. I think I'll actually do is, sorry, I meant to have everything like, here it is. If I can find a set of boxes here that I really like, what I might do is actually not like portion off my areas to write. I might just kind of design and then use these black boxes as my writing surface, like as my days of the week part. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of decide colors, because that's, you know, we want to match up with this. And to do this, I really kind of like testing. I've been trying to get myself into the habit of like testing the colors first, because sorry, there's like something weird going on. Like my mouth feels weird. Anyway, let's keep moving. I'm like in my head about this. Sorry. Okay, let me grab. I'm just gonna kind of put these colors down. That's a little more yellow than I want. I'm gonna use that one. That's definitely a good gray, and that's the pumice stone. It's a very light one, but I do like that, so we'll also use that. That's the Lost Shadow. The problem is, like, there's a very big variety of browns and grays, but none of them are. I think this is the antique linen that I already tried. Yep. It's a little too yellow. Although it's not terrible. So we'll kind of put it to the side as a maybe. That's too orangey, I think. That's a good, nice good gray too. Definitely too dark. This is kind of the other one I'm thinking is going to be, yeah, let's see, that's a little too dark too, because I would have used that one for sure. I think the rest are going to be too dark. Too browny. We will definitely also use black for sure. There's also the newest, the Scorched Timber. Let's see how that looks. That's kind of a good brown if we're going to use brown. So that'll be like our dark brown option, I think. Let's see if there's any other. Maybe a really light yellow. I think that's going to be kind of our options. Okay, so then the next thing I want to do is kind of like see what stencils that I want to incorporate. And I pulled out beforehand a lot of them. I really like the script one. I think that's a good option. And the whole like Tortured Poets with the, she used a lot of imagery of like the feather quill pen. So like the coffee stains, and I feel like the ink blotches, and this one where we can do the, like the torn page effect I really like. Obviously there's the Taylor stencil we could use. I could pull out the cobbled stones, but I don't think I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to set it to the side just to kind of limit my options. The other thing I thought I could do is do the bracelet, but there are a couple bracelet stickers that, like this one that has the TTPD with 419, I think I'll use instead. So I'm gonna put that one to the side as well. And then if I do last week's, I want to do something moon themed, so I pulled out some of my moon stuff. So I want to put that to the side, but not, you know, not move it out of the way so I forget it, which I will do for sure. And then I just pulled some of these like patterny ones that I thought might be good. And then I love the window and the ivy. We have to use like green on that though. And I don't know that I want to incorporate like green into this. So that's kind of a maybe. I do really love the layered clouds. I think that gives like the moody atmospheric. And one of the special editions called the Albatross. And there's also a song called Florida. So I pulled out Florida. And there's a song called So Long London. So I pulled out London. And I don't know if I'm going to incorporate any of those, but I wanted to pull them out. So I'm thinking what I want. Oh, you know, the other thing that'll be good in here is my good old trusty tea dye one. That is definitely a color I'll use. So let's kind of re-swatch it for the colors I have pulled out. Be careful when you do that. You don't want to do that, but we'll make it work. Like I said, some of these might be a little too light or a little too dark. We can also play with the pressure of it and the color of it and the saturation of it as we're doing it. So what I think the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to do kind of that like torn page look. And for that, I'm going to go on this side. And I really love this stencil. Where is it? Because not only can you use these sides, like if that's what I want the torn page to look, I can kind of, you know, I can pull that in and do that. Or I can flip it around and do the same thing on the other side like that. Same thing with this one here. And kind of move it down to the size of the page I want. Or I can do this here and kind of, again, move it to the size of the page I want. And you can get a lot of different varieties of tears. I really like the angled on this though, so I think that's what we'll do is that one right there. Let me grab some washi. I need some washi that I can use to, there we go. I think it's out though. I'll use it for now. All right, and then I think what I'm going to do on this is use that tea dye to give it like that's the underpage. It's not the color of this page necessarily. I know I have a nice big one for that, but we're going to use a smaller one, I think. And I'm going to kind of make this like a lighter, make it a little harder around the edges, a little darker. So I kind of want to give this like a parchment paper feel. And the other thing I can do after I put this color down when you're trying to get like a warm parchment paper look, it's okay if it's like uneven and blotchy. So then what I am going to do, just to give it a shadow, is take our lost shadow. Probably needs a little darker actually. Let's do the pumice. Is pumice? Pumice? I can never get it right. And I'm just going to kind of lightly along the edge to give it kind of the feel of like a paper on top. And then the next thing, I'm going to go back one more time with our tea dye. And then finally, I am going to pull out a little bit darker of a color. And in here, I just kind of like to distress the edges. Yeah, this isn't the color I usually use. Let me pull that one out, vintage photo. Hey, how are you? I'm thought my night was free and I was like, well, I haven't planned this week and I need to kind of get that done. I'm gonna hop on, and then I found out that it was not as free as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm kind of doing a quick-ish live. I'm doing good. It's been busy. Life has been a little chaotic lately. How about you? Okay, I'm actually going to leave that there. I'm going to pull it real quick and just kind of hold it in place and see how that's looking. And it's looking basically how I want it to look. But then I want to keep that in place because under this, I want there to be this like script. So, like I said, I'm going to keep that in place so that it doesn't go over. I am going to tape it one more time, kind of over that same. And then just hold it in place. I'm going to do a couple more. I like to kind of be able to see where I'm trying to ink to, but okay. And now I think I'm going to do like a dark brown on this. Yeah, no problem. I am, like I said, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm rushing, but I haven't done my cleaning and I also haven't eaten today. So I'm kind of like, I want to get done and go to dinner. Not go to dinner, but grab dinner. So all I'm doing here is kind of layering both stencils to give it this effect of like, this is a page under that's being shown through. So you're going to get the script look. And this time I'm going to kind of incorporate like that tan and brown in there. So when we pull it up, you kind of have that like, oh, this is a page under. You know, like the corner got torn off of here kind of thing. And then to kind of keep that illusion, when I do all of my other stuff, I'm going to keep all the stickers away from there too. I'm going to get this kind of a quick, that ink is annoying me. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is kind of look at what we have in here. I do want to put kind of those boxes down. So what I think I might actually do oh, there are gray ones. I didn't think there were. Perfect. That's why I wasn't going to do gray all along. I'm gonna kind of hang these on my wire here so I can pull them off and then see as I think I'm gonna actually do like part gray, part black. That'll be an interesting look. I've got a wire here that I'm peeling the stickers off and then kind of like laying it against the wire so I'll be able to grab them, but not have this big book in front of me. Okay. So I do want to do 7. But what I think I'm going to do first is I'm going to go and do our layered clouds and kind of our patterns and stuff under, now that I know what I'm doing for boxes and I don't need to kind of like section off an area for that. Get this washi off real quick. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is pull together some of the other elements that I want in here. I definitely, like I said, I definitely want to do the layered clouds. I think that's a good look for the vibe of this album and that kind of thing. So let's do that really quick. And I think what I'll do is I'll do that kind of on this page. And I think down here I might actually come back with that cobblestone. Or maybe the window would be pretty too. So we are gonna, I'm actually gonna kind of freehand this, not freehand it, but do it in a way that I'm not taping down, because I kind of want to move it around a bit. So let me grab another brush. Okay, so let's pick 2 colors of gray. So for this, I think we'll do the gray smoke, and Lost Shadow is a really light one. So I'm gonna do the big clouds as Lost Shadow. And again, I really kind of recommend against doing what I'm doing, but I would definitely washi this down. Hang on one sec, you guys. Now, kind of knowing that a lot of this is going to be covered, I'm just kind of doing my best to hold it. I kind of feel like this is like the storm clouds kind of rolling in type album, so these are perfect, I think. And what's this one? I feel like I didn't get enough on here. How's everybody doing tonight? Pull in like one more cloud here. Again, I'm kind of trying to cover up a little bit of that ink that I you know, kind of added on accident earlier. All right, I think we'll do one more nice big one right here. And that way, once I lay my boxes down and all the stickers and everything, I'll be able to still get the clouds and all that in there. Okay, and now we'll take the darker gray. And this is where doing it the way I did it is going to be a little bit trickier. I have to kind of line everything up, which is going to be harder because I just started, you know, doing everything everywhere. But the good thing about this one is that the bottoms are pretty much matched up, so it's not quite as hard as I would think it would be. But again, this is why I recommend, you know, washing things down. And if you're worried about like the overlay and stuff, you could always leave the bigger stencil down and then just put this over it and do it, and it'll line up perfectly then. Let me give this a little touch here. And then again, I'm going to use our big one to make sure I have the right overlay as well. And I love this because you get like the nice shadowing. And if you don't have the two darker colors, you could always put your color on lighter for the big part and then just continue to add more color for the darker part. And that would definitely layer really well. Because I use such a light gray, so it will be a little harder. But not impossible. I just kind of wanted the drama of the darkness. So again, I'm just kind of adding this. Oop. And now, like, you can see how dramatic of a difference there was. If I kind of wanted to lessen that a little bit, what I could do is take my big stencil and go back over it and kind of soften it out a little bit. And that'll kind of blur the borders a little bit and make it a little less, I can't think of, it'll make it contrast a little less. It'll make it like flow together better, I guess is kind of what I'm saying. You definitely don't have to do this though either. Okay, let's get our little guy here. And this is kind of what I was saying, like if you wanted to, you could just use and if you had these both washy down to then kind of like incorporate it back in, what you could very easily do is lift up your shadow one and do that same kind of blending like I said. Okay, and then last is this top one, which should be this. I love the effect of the double shadows though, of this one specifically. Like I think it just makes it so dramatic and so fun. And like storm clouds, like really, they really are. Kind of brings them off the page for sure. Okay, so there is that. And then I'm going to kind of want to add this window at least. And then maybe like this fun pattern. Maybe the music bars. I think the music bars would probably be more appropriate. So let's do that really quick. And I think for that, I'm going to use the pen stone. Because I think it's like a slightly brownish, which I think would be a good. And this, I kind of want like distressy, like not all there, look. So I'm gonna leave it like that. And then I think I'm gonna take a darker color and do this with the guitar. Maybe with the tea dye would actually look kind of cool. And that's another way to incorporate like the darker browns in there that I feel like don't fit as well. I'm gonna actually do this a little bit darker. I didn't think I wanted like dark, but I think in this case it'll be a good payoff. So yeah, just like a touch darker brown in here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add this window, and I think we will actually add like a little bit of that like brown vine or green vine. Maybe. Although what I could do is I could add like the So Long London, like the big bed in there. That would be kind of cool too. And the Florida and the albatross. I definitely want to do some tea stains. But let's look at adding like London, like the, oh, that would be cool. I think that would be awesome right there. So let's do that. And for that, I think I do want like a darker brown, a golden. Oh, I know what color to use. Okay. We'll just kind of mix the tea again. Mix the tea. I'm going to take this down really quick though. One thing I will say about this one specifically, when the lines are like this, it helps if you start by going just up and down, like kind of with the grain, like if you're cutting meat, kind of that same concept. And then give it a good little circle around to kind of get all those nooks and crannies you didn't get. So there's London. And I think here kind of cool would be like in a darker color to do Florida. Like maybe in like a darker gray. I'm kind of playing with all this honestly and just gonna continue. I should have done black. Black would be good. Maybe Florida like right there. I had to double check and make sure it was the right way. This is like not coming together the way I thought it was going to come together, but I'm actually really enjoying it. Albatrosses. So we have kind of the black. Hey, welcome back. Okay, now what I think I'm going to do is put this design, thank you, trying to decide how I want to do. We're going to do this in a nice dark brown real quick. This is kind of a Mod Podge of a layout, to be honest, and I'm loving it. Alright, let's do one more. This. I'll do the brown espresso. Okay, and then I do want to add some of our drops of tea or coffee, whatever. Okay, a lot of randomness, but I feel like it's going to make sense when I do the stickers too. Okay, so now I want to decide kind of like what my priority in putting these stickers down are. I definitely want the Torture Colors Department manuscript, so I think I'm going to put that like up here. That's Florida. What do you mean, like the state of Florida? Yeah. Like that, yeah. There's a, this is like a Mod Podge for the new Taylor Swift album coming this weekend, or this week. And so one of the songs is called Florida. And that's kind of what I, and yep, Big Ben London, yep. So there's a song called Slow Long London. Which is what I'm doing. I'm making a thing for the release week, basically. Yeah. And then I'm using this kit from Caffeine Queens. to kind of put it all together. So I think what I'm gonna do is only use like one of these. All right, we're gonna hold these off to the side. So I definitely want to put the manuscript down here. So we'll do that in the corner up here. Thank you. What I think I'm going to kind of do is kind of tuck as many of the boxes in here together as I can. And because, you know, this week is already today as well, I like writing down what I did too. So I'll still kind of try to get a good amount in here. So what I'm doing is I'm using sticker boxes. I actually got this sticker book with boxes in a spag at SGS, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was SGS. So I'm going to use those boxes. I just screwed up. Dang it. No, it's okay. We'll just use a different black box and put one of the gray ones back. I kind of like to try to keep the pattern. It's actually going to line up perfectly. And now I can actually, if I want to, use these days. They're a little big, but it's kind of fun. It's different than what I usually do. So we'll do it. Why not? Tuesday. I should go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, we'll do that. If I can pull them up. Yeah, kind of different. I usually don't use stickers, like date covers like this. Thursday, Friday is going to be the I kind of like how this is coming together, actually. This is why I like kind of using something different sometimes, challenging myself kind of to use a full sticker kit. Or let's do this little piece. Let's see if we can actually pull this up. Kind of stick it under there. Definitely want the All's Fair in Love and Poetry in here. So let's put that right here. And this is kind of the album cover, so let's add that there. Let's see what other kind of detailed things they have. I definitely want this cute little TTP. Let's put that right in the middle of that. And we'll do their albatross. Let's put that there. Nice fun little. Do that up there. And let's could do that right there if I can lift this tea up. I already moved it once though. I hate I hate doing it a couple times. There we go. We can get it in, and definitely kind of want to put this in there too, but so let's see if we can move this tea as well. But let's kind of that would be kind of cool to do that. So let's do this. We're gonna kind of cut this sticker a little bit. This is something I like never really did, because I'm always like, people work so hard on this and now I'm cutting their sticker. But it actually helps me use them more. I'm actually loving this. I was a little worried when I started. I was like, hey, this is gonna be rough. But I'm enjoying this. All right, let's hang that up real quick. Yeah, exactly. I'm not afraid to cut them anymore, for sure. I think that's something like it's hard to like come to terms with a lot, but like there are stickers, we bought them, and sometimes a box isn't gonna fit, but a kiss cut one would. Fits our plans a little better. Like this one. It definitely used to make me nervous too, and it doesn't make me nervous anymore either. We bought them. There are stickers. Plus, like, I'm more likely to use them and then go back for more then, right? Like, this is just sitting in my thing. I'm never going to go back and buy it again. All right. Okay, let's add from the desk. File name will do right here. And then let's add some more little pieces of whimsy in here. Why not? We're gonna add this right here for like, oh, this is when the album releases. And then actually, so these are all Caffeine Queen stickers. And I do have one that I wanted to use from Sugar Pop Fizz. It's got the friendship bracelet with the album. So we're gonna put that there. And then, where is my pen? There it is. Okay. So let's see. Monday today, right, is the 15th. I'm gonna actually trying to figure out if I can just add it in here. That'll save me some room. Thank you. That one doesn't look right. It'll also save me some room. Okay. Okay, I'm loving this. Like, this is way better. I do too. I don't do it often enough. I don't make it a point to do often enough. Which I think I need to do more often because it's fun. It's more of a challenge, but like in a good way. And now I have a lot of stickers left over that I can use for another kit. Because I think I want to do next week as this too, because I know it's just gonna, I know this is just gonna be like my favorite album ever. I do want to add like another little coffee stain in here though. So let me go back and do that. And then I can like come back again with like little, you know, pieces that I want to add. Another little stain here. To kind of like emphasize some of the little things that I want to. I did a lot of scrapbooking in college, and this kind of reminds me more of scrapbooking, which I really like. Cool. I love this. I started out and I was like, I'm gonna hate this week. Oh, it's gonna be so not great. And I love this. This looks good. I'm very proud of myself right now. Okay. Let me go through here. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna put any of the stickers I was originally planning on putting in, like for the things that I'm doing this week, because I want to take a picture of this before it. Okay, so let me check the time real quick. It's only 7, which is great. Okay, I love this. I'm like very... I don't want to stop looking at it. I do want to put... No, like I said, I have... Oh, I did have this. I kind of wanted to incorporate this somehow, but there's not enough room for it. Maybe, like I said, if I do it next week, that'll be a good one to... I need new colors of this. I did have these stickers, too. I was gonna add, but again, like, I think a Swiftie thing happened. It's gonna have to go here, but like I said, I'm gonna wait and put these down after, because I don't want to put my, like, Buddy's Book Club one down on this before I take, like, a nice picture of it, so people can see how pretty it is. Yeah, wow, cool. I'm loving this. Now I'm gonna want to plan all week, because before, you know when you like don't plan or you don't really like your layout, you're always like, Like, that's why I haven't planned this week, because I didn't plan last week, and then, like, when I didn't plan last week, I didn't have anything fun to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna plan last week. And I went to, I took half a day on Monday, and we drove down to Toledo. We were like an hour outside of where Totality was. And I think I just want to do a real quick, like, I want to at least plan this week so I can put that in there and like add a couple pictures later and whatnot. Because it was really cool. I know I have, hang on 1 second. Okay, I have this really cool. So I can do that. And then maybe just add some like moons and stuff in there. But I think I want to do like cover the page in the color and then add this in like white, I think. Maybe. I'm trying to think real quick. It's gonna be more of a hassle to do. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Do like a dark blue, like a navy-ish. Sapphire. Put sapphire in that one. Was anybody else able to see the eclipse last week? Did I say that? The eclipse? Mary Edith. Probably moon phases. Let me check. This is a kind of an old one, actually. Let me, I'm off of stencils.com. I'm fairly sure it's called moon phases, maybe. But let me. So I have a smaller one, and it's actually got like the hands and like a crystal. This one's called Crystal Moon. Yep, moon phase. This one is moon phase. Moon phase sky stencil planner. Okay, so let me really quickly. I don't really need that much space. I think what I might actually do is kind of go like this. And we did this before one time, and I kind of enjoyed how it turned out. So let's do it again. What I'm gonna do is I just took these are a notepad that I use. I have it sitting here and I'm impatient. So what I'm gonna do is actually just kind of washing them across here. Lay them down, and that's gonna be like where I write. I do it on the back because then after I do this, I'll take this washi tape off and still use the notepad, still use the paper. It'll just be the back that's all inked up. I think I want to do like the moon phase in the bottom, so I want to leave enough room for that. But then give myself room to put like some pictures or something on top if I want. And then, so I'm doing this. Hey, Alex. Which, by the way, Alex, tell me when you're here. I need to flip back and show you my this week because it's amazing. I didn't think it was going to look as good as it does. I ordered a kit for the Tortured Poets release. Caffeine Queens put one out and they were like, I'm shipping tomorrow. And this was like last week. I think it was on my birthday, actually. I think I was like, happy birthday to me. And bought it. And because they said they were shipping out like the next day. And so I was like, perfect. Let's do it. So when I got it, I was nervous that I didn't know how I was going to incorporate stencils and stuff into it. But it turned out really good. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is just, I like to use a bigger brush. And I am just going to get as much darkness on here as I can. I don't want to go too dark because I do still want to be able to do like some fun stuff. And while these inks will layer, the darker it is, it gets a little harder. So I'm doing this one for the eclipse. Was anybody able to see it last week? Like, do you live close enough to like totality, or you just saw like the partial or whatever? I was super lucky. My city was actually at like 99% or something. I think they said like 99.5. But But we decided Toledo, which is like an hour away from us. Not even, like in a good day, it's like 45 minutes. Had totality. And so we left work at noon and decided to head on down there. And honestly, like when I first like decided to do this, I was like, oh, it'll just be something fun to do. But whatever, like it's just an eclipse, like it's no big deal. And then I saw it and it was so freaking cool. I was like, I would do this again in a heartbeat. Cause I'm kind of like, I like to do things just for like the, oh, weird. I'm seeing comments on my phone that I'm not seeing on my iPad. So if I haven't responded to you, I'm sorry. Actually, let me close out my iPad real quick and see if I can get them to actually come up. Because that's hard when I can't. Oops. Okay, partial there. Yeah. We had, like I said, we had a partial too. I just happened to live close enough because it went through a lot of Ohio. I don't think Katie's on here, but I think the full went through Cleveland, so I'm sure she was able to see it. It was super cool. We had a party. Yeah, I wish it would have been, hey Lisa, I wish it would have been close enough here to do a party. We left at noon, and like I said, it's only like a 45 minute drive. And, usually I was just kind of like, oh, you know, so we left at noon and I was like, well, it's probably 12:10 by the time we got home, and, we got on our way. I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Like, I was like, it'll take longer, but it won't take that long. 3 o'clock, like it went at like 3:15, I think was when totality hit. Oh, was I wrong? We didn't even get to where I wanted to go, because there's a fast food restaurant that they've had in Columbus when I was at Ohio State, and I love, and it's like everywhere now except Michigan. Now they are bringing one finally pretty close to me, but it's not open yet. So I was like, we're gonna go there, and then I'm gonna be able to get Cane's, and then I'm gonna be able to get like every once in a while when I'm like really craving it, or we go through Toledo, I'm like, we have to go to Cane's. And I actually got it like a couple weeks ago, so it's not like super big deal. But it's just like, we're gonna get there, and I'm gonna get my chicken and my Texas toast, and we're gonna see the eclipse. And we actually ended up not getting there. We were like 10 minutes away at like 2:50, and I was like, oh, what if we can't find somewhere to park? What if we can't find, what if we miss it, basically? So we pulled off to a random exit, and it actually worked out perfectly because there was a really great like little crowd, but not like too many people. There was plenty of parking. It was like we were in the parking lot of McDonald's, and so we were just like chilling in this parking lot, and I had packed snacks and stuff because I thought we were gonna have like at least an hour to like just chill and do nothing and wait. It did not happen. We hit so much traffic, and like I knew there'd be so much traffic, but the problem was there's one exit. There's like one main way to get to Toledo from Detroit, other than like country roads. And the problem was very close to the Toledo border, or to the Ohio border, it goes down to 1 lane or 2 lanes. And so there was just like massive, and like there's a very small portion of Michigan that got the totality, and so like it was also that exit that goes down to 2 lanes, so it was just like a cluster. And so we got off because Google Maps was telling us that it was faster, and of course it was definitely not faster. We should have stayed on and just like waited it out. So we went through all these like little back roads, and it was a mess, but it was so cool. We got there in time, thank God. Like I said, we were just shy of getting to where I wanted to go. But it wasn't that big of a deal. It ended up working. We saw it. It was amazing. I was like I said, when we started talking about it, I was like, oh, let's just go do it. Like, it's an excuse to take a half day off of work. And, I've been kind of burned out lately. I was like, perfect. It'll give me something to look forward to. It's a fun little adventure. I love Ohio. I can go get Cane's. But when we saw it, I was just like, oh my God, I got chills. It was super cool. Anyway, so being that I didn't plan last week, I wanted to do kind of something to commemorate that because it was cool. All right, so then you'll see when I pull this back, like I'll have a nice space to kind of back plan, and then I'll probably add some pictures into, like, for the memories of it. Actually, this might be kind of a fun place to add this. Maybe like a little note about, yeah, that's what I might do. That's fun. It was a really cool event. Okay, so now I definitely want to add, like, I want to do something. I'm trying to think. I do have this. It's a little too big though. I want something that's circular that I can. I know I have a circles, but I don't think I have the inside of any of them. Because I would kind of like to mimic the totality. Wouldn't I have a circle here? I do, yes. Oh, that's perfect right there. So what I'm going to do is tape that down. And I have white, but I'm kind of wondering if I want, like, this white's not going to be, like, super great. And I have a silver one too. Give me 1 second. Okay. So these are not ones I use super often. They're metallic inks. And you know what? Let's use our fun. Here's one of the new things that are going to be out for PBC. I'm going to show you guys after I do this layout, kind of a preview. I think everything is ready for PBC. Everything is, did I say that I'm in PBC this round? I don't know if I ever announced that. If I didn't, I'm in PBC in 2 weeks. The whole shop's going to be 30%, I believe I did this time. Lots of new releases. I have a lot of stuff designed. I think I said it last live. I don't think I ever posted in the group, but PBC is coming up in a couple weeks, and I will be in that. And I've got a lot of stuff, and it's all fully designed, all the freebies. It's all ready to go. And so I've got it today that I can show you guys. Yeah, we're definitely going to use metallic because the white's not whiting enough. I mean, it'll be cool, like you'll be able to tell like what it is, but it's not gonna be bright because this blue is just not like dark enough. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's to say these fun jeweled brushes are one of the new things for PVC. Okay, so now I'm trying to kind of get like the wispiness of it. I don't even know if you can really tell. This might be the one that I'm like, this is such a bad idea. Alright, we definitely need a bit of white. So, another thing I don't use. Oh, I know what else I can use actually. Got this Distress Cream, and this is actually gray, but I think yeah, that's perfect. It's still not quite as bright as I would like it though. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make the inside darker, which I think is going to help with how bright the outside looks. This is another layout where I'm like, right now, I'm like, oh, this is gonna look so bad. But we're gonna keep working on it. Like I said before, like, this is kind of the moment when you always have to be like, it's just not done yet. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Okay, the next thing I want to do is brighten this a lot. And the other way I can do that, and I don't, oh, there's a silver one. That'll help a little bit. I'm gonna kind of make a little wispies. I'm gonna start giving her sun a nice border too. Oh yeah, this is helping. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this on camera, but this is making a world of difference between the black and then just this. I'm gonna add kind of that little bit. Okay, this looks cool. Okay, now I give it kind of like a smudge. And if you have seen it, or if you saw it on Monday, you might know there's like a little bit of red solar flares that kind of went out. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of mimic that with a red marker. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna actually take the white in here and help it out too. Oh, this white doesn't seem to be white either. It's like the curse of acrylic. The white never seems to be white enough. Let's see, let's give this one more try. I've never really gotten my acryligraphs to work very well, so I'm not super hopeful with this, but yeah, this one seems to be very, not the best. It's very dry. Hang on, let me pull a different one because that's not fair. Okay, this is a clean one. Really just like shaking acrylic markers. I think it's, somebody has one. Somebody just recently came out with one. I saw it on Lights Planner Actions Instagram. I need to figure, I think it was, I don't think it was Sharpie. But it was like one of the big players in like, oh, this is good. But it was like one of the bigger players in pens. It might have been Sharpie, actually. I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna stop messing with it, honestly, because I don't want to make it worse. It looks good though, actually. It looks better than I thought it would. So then, I think what I want to do is, like I said, I want to do the, I don't think I gave myself enough room down here. So I think we'll just do it right here. And I think for this, I want to use like a, because it kind of turned a little orangey. But there's not an orange in here. Perfect. Let's see what these ones are like. This isn't gonna work either. Okay. I'm going to have to constantly reevaluate these. I really need a good acrylic marker because these apparently are it. Oh. I don't know which ones I can use. That was pretty done, actually. I have Posca pens somewhere around here. And those are very good. I used them for my jacket for Taylor Swift. Yeah, let me go get those. But I think what I'm going to do, so I don't have to deal with that, is I'm just going to actually trace this with my pen. One second. We have whites. We have orange and more white. Orange, yellow. This is the first time. I'm gonna pull out the black because I actually don't want to use that for the moon, I think. I think this is sparkly. Alright. And this is gold. Gold. I don't need gold. Oh, these are so much better than anything. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do with that one. Okay, we're gonna stop coloring that because that's got to be the actual clip, so it shouldn't be fully orange. Uh-oh. Alright, so now let's actually, I'll try using this dark blue because I feel like that might be better than the black. You know, we'll use black. Where'd the dark blue go though? Let me look at it real quick again. Thank you. Alright, so we'll do that, and I'm going to take, I think I'm going to take that metallic ink. No, we're going to use, actually we're going to use a pen. Silver, perfect, and a font. I think what they call it, the Great American Eclipse, is that what they were calling it? Use like a cute font to write that across the bottom. Star Wars. I feel like the two that I want to use are somewhere in my let me just have a pile of stuff on top of it right now. This might take a minute. Ooh, shoot. Not what I wanted to do. But I will use some of that paint to fill in the G, I guess. Actually, what I think I'm going to do really quick is just pencil it in. I think I'll actually just script write that. American. Oh no, I just, oh my god. Hang on, sorry guys. I just did like the worst possible thing. I'm gonna pull this up too, because I don't want that ink to soak through. I just got it all over the back of my stencil, which is what I want to use to write it. So you have to give me a second to clean it up. Okay. So we're gonna do Great American, and then we'll do clips on this side. And then I can also add the date in there as well. And then I was just thinking it'd be fun to put a little Ohio on here somewhere too. So I'm gonna pull out my, maybe like right in the middle of this sun would be cute. All right, let's do this. When I'm doing fonts, I tend to like to trace them first, and then just, especially when I'm using like a marker or something like that, just be able to fill it in. I actually had meant to make a stencil for it, the eclipse, and I forgot. No. Kind of have this like bits of paint. Now, the other thing I wanted to do, like I said, is make a little state of Ohio. I think that'd be cute. Let's do that real quick. That would be cute right there. I think I'm gonna do it because this is already kind of screwed up enough, so it's not that big of a deal. Actually, no, we'll just do it right here next to it. That's orange though. If I'm gonna do it, I want like a red. And yes, this is just an excuse to put a red state of Ohio in my planner. Absolutely. Really hope this doesn't bleed through. I was just thinking about that. All that really awesome freaking. Alright, cool. Really like that. Alright, let's pull this off. Let's see, we got a little bit of a... The one thing with that is it's a little hard to get a good border on it. So sometimes it does that, and I just like to... Actually, now that I think about it, doesn't Simply Gilded have... Do I have some cool, like, Eclipse type washi from them? I should look. Oh, I do! Uh-oh. This is kind of honestly a little bit of a throwaway page anyway, because I'm just going to be back planning. So let's go. Alright, actually I did have that cloud I wanted to add in here too, didn't I? That would be a cute little, like, journaling. I might actually go over Ohio. That would be kind of funny. No, we'll keep it. We'll leave that for something else. Do have, just noticing I have these I'd like to use because I haven't. These name or days of the week stickers, hand lettered from Adorably Amy. Thursday might be a little creative how we get it in there. I always find if I like do the center first, it helps, and then the other thing that's good is just to take something and kind of perforate, let it be cut. Here's my scissors. Oops. Okay. And then I'm gonna put, I'm gonna put just a little bit of this washi, I think, on the bottom here to kind of cover up the other little sprays, I guess. because like I said, there's really not a ton that happened this week, so I'm not too concerned about like, oh, I don't have a lot of room if I do that. There we go. Okay, no, thankfully no. No over bleeding or anything, thank goodness. I was concerned, and then I realized like what was under that week that I just did that I love and I haven't even taken a picture of. Alright, so there is that. And like I said, a little bit of a throwaway week. So there's that. Not my favorite week, but we'll live with it. It's a bank plan week anyway, so that'll be kind of when I flip past very quickly when I show people. But this is the thing that we mainly worked on today, and it's the layout for this week for my Tortured Poets department. Layout. I used a lot of stencils. I used the torn edges plus the script background, which I have another one that I'm working on for my next release, which I think will be fun. I use the London sidebars for Big Ben. I use the coffee stain rings and the stains. I use the guitar and the music notes one. I use the double layered clouds. And then I use, most of these stickers are from Caffeine Queens, and then this one is from Sugar Pop Fizz. And yeah, that was my fun Tortured Poets department release week. Yeah, so that's all I'm gonna do as far as this stuff, my layouts. I will very quickly take you through, I think this is all of what's gonna be out for PVC, and kind of give you a rundown of everything. So we got a notebook that has all my notes in it. Ugh. I'm gonna tell you there's a lot. There is a lot. Let me actually just clear this stuff off really quick. Sorry, there's just too much here. Too much going on at the moment. See what I did there? Okay, give me 1 second. Do you guys have any questions about stenciling, releases, which stencils are which, inks, anything? Go ahead and throw them out there while I give this a quick cleanup, and then I will really kind of briefly talk on PVC. There's a lot of, I'm gonna be, you know, on here a lot. I'm working on some videos and all of that kind of thing, that'll kind of pull all of it together. And I know, I don't know necessarily that any of you have asked this, but I've had a lot of questions about like kind of basic stenciling videos. So I'm kind of working on all of that simultaneously, launching my YouTube, doing a lot of things all at once, honestly. Probably too much all at once, but that's kind of where my head has been the last month, trying to get all of this prepped, all of it ready for PVC, and ready for you guys. And lots of designing, because, like I said, PVC is coming out. And, for the first time in a long time, I'm done with my things. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me put all of this where it belongs. 66. 70. 67. 5, 68, 62, I have them numbered so that I can keep them in vaguely the right order. It's really not an order, but I saw somebody that did like a breakdown of the colors of them. And so then ever since then, I've been trying to keep them in that order. Which is probably not, you know, the best thing. Okay, again. Hang on one second. Again. Oh, there we go. There, everything popped up again now. Torn edges and coffee rings. Yeah, the torn edges and the coffee rings are honestly, and then the coffee stains, like all three of those together, and the script one. Those 4 stencils together are, I just love the look of it. I think it was last year, I did a, what's over there? I'm not gonna grab it. I did a layout with all 4 of the hair. Let me grab it. I mean, it was basically the same thing where I did like the edges and the coffee stains and all that. Like I have this, and I did like the coffee stains. Obviously not with the Tortured Poet stuff on it, but. Okay, let me set this to the side. Okay, so PVC. I did up my discount. I made it 30% this year, this season, round, whatever. The sale is the 26th through the 28th. And you'll be hearing a lot more, and you'll be seeing like full posts on everything too, obviously. But since I'm done, I want to kind of do a quick rundown of it all. So you guys are going to see it all first. Let me grab my notebook. I literally have a tub of everything because I've gotten the stock and I'm ready. This is probably the most I've been in a while. Okay, so the freebies. Every order will be getting this cute little tulip one. I made it so that spring, the word spring fits in it, so you could do like one of each color and then do spring or like Monday, you know, whatever. Not all of them, but you can repeat the letters, obviously. You can, you know, move the flowers. So that's every order. The first order of freebies, the first 20 on Friday, will be getting, of course, this, and then they'll be getting a sampler pack. And I believe I have 11 different shops that are sending me stencils or samplers. Some of the ones that I already have in my possession are Planning with Manny, SGS, which is formerly Sugarly Girl Shop, Wilson & Wild, Seeing Me Draw, illustrated by Kauai, and Sassy Apple Studios. And then I also have like several others too that I'm just waiting on. So you'll be getting that sampler pack, the first 20 orders with that sampler pack. And I've been going through my like old stuff, and I have a ton of like old sale samplers. And so I'm going to make little packs of those. Depending on how many I have, probably like 2 to 3 of those. It would just be random. They might be like Harry Potter, they might be Disney, they might be just random stuff. Just to get those, you know, to you guys instead of sitting in my office. Might be Christmas. Okay, and then the first, I believe 10. I believe I have Saturday and Sunday down for 10, but the other notebook that I was planning in is not here. This is just what I was writing down before this. Okay, so the first 10 orders on Saturday are going to get this large version of the Tortured Poet Department stencil. And then there's a smaller version of this that I'm also going to be giving out with orders this coming weekend when the album actually drops. But there's a bigger version that will be getting it next weekend. Yeah. And that's, I think, the first 10. And then on Sunday, the first 10 orders are going to get an ink sample. There's no ink in this, but it'll be like this, of Distress Oxide ink, random color, and I don't have a clean one, but a brush, like an inking brush. One, I have a package of for you around here somewhere. I know I do, because I just decided not to open it because I wanted to keep the package. And now I can't find it, of course. But you guys know what they look like, right? Like here, this is a non-clean one, but you'll get one of these and this. So the first 10 orders on Sunday will get that. And then as far as like for order purchases, orders over 25 will also get a bee stencil. It's a little bit bigger than the one that's on the variety stencil you guys might have seen my last live. And then orders over 50 are going to get this cute little flower border stencil. That'll look super cute, like on the bottom of, you know, like a notebook for like almost like a washi replacement. And then orders over 75 are going to get, this is actually like a 5-piece. It's called the Out the Window stencil. It's good for like boxes, and you'll get the pieces that fit in here, like the anti-stencils as well. And I was thinking as I was doing this, it'd be cool to do this and then do the clouds like outside it. So like you're actually looking out the window. I think it would look so cool. Like that double layer cloud from earlier. That would look awesome. And then orders over 100 will also be getting this full layout stencil. Just a cute little simple like Mother's Day type tulip, and then also the anti-stencil that goes with that. The boxes are a little different than like just the normal square boxes. So that is all of the like order incentives for PVC. Again, the sale's not till next weekend, not this coming weekend, but next weekend, the 26th or the 28th. I'm just ready and prepared, so I thought I would give you guys like a quick, actually probably not that quick now apparently, rundown of everything so you guys get excited and start planning accordingly. Okay, so that is all the freebies. Now for new stuff, you have seen a few of these. I sneak peeked the last live, and this one is dirty still, so that's why you can see a little bit on there. Let me make sure I have it all. Okay. So we have the floral wreath, which I used in my planner to do my April like cover page. So that's that one. And then there's also the bees, which I'll be telling more about this later. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And then there's a couple different like build your own flower type ones. So like there's like a wildflower one and then like a plant one that you can kind of build. The theme I went with was like spring. So like there's a woodland creatures one. All right, now you're gonna have to give me a minute because I'm gonna like have to dig through each set now to see what I haven't shown you. Whoa, okay. We'll do that last. Okay, this is just a basic stencil layout. You also get the anti-stencils, the rounded box corners. You guys have been asking for some more basics, so there's another basic one. Then we got a nice, like, ferny leaf pattern. And this one's really pretty. This is like a butterfly to flower one that you can kind of use as like a date cover. This would be great for cards, like a Mother's Day card. So that's the butterfly one. We've got our bees out. I'm gonna explain a little bit more about that later, but Alex had a really great one. That's gonna be awesome also for Bridgerton. You know, I have those other Bridgerton stencils already in the shop, but the bees will be perfect with it. I did show you the floral wreath and the woodland creatures and the build your own wildflowers. Okay, here's another layout. This is the plant one. So like different plants and like your hanging plant, and then you also have your anti-stencil boxes. And I just realized that I have one thing that I haven't put together yet. I have to kind of do it on the fly here really quick. And then we have a couple different mood trackers. So this is one mood tracker that's just like the flower petals. And this is a flower petal pattern. And then this is the other part of that. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, this is the third stencil. There we go. And then we have another fern background pattern. You guys love these big flowers. So I actually did two this time. There is a daisy one. And I'm going to kind of set some of this stuff aside because it all goes together. I think there's one or two. Oh, and here are I have been asked about check boxes. So I actually did two. There's one that's got the smaller 2 columns, and there's one longer big column one. And then I've noticed a lot of like retro-y flower vibe. So I went with a retro flower. There's 4 different ones in there. And then another floral and vine stencil. And then this is kind of like a Scandinavian type floral design. I don't know. I really liked them, so I went with it. And I think other than our 2 other like bigger things, that is it. Other than stencils, I didn't grab, shoot, I think that's one right there. So I'm not sure if this is the correct size, but I do have these oval brushes that are going to go in the shop. They'll be for sale 1 per, like you can just buy as many, like they'll be single packaged. You can just see the daisy again. Hang on a second. Actually, there's another large flower that I don't see in here. There's actually a little insert piece that has the like holes in it. Let me grab this real quick because there's another. I missed one. I know I did because there's a large flower. But that's the daisy one. Got that. Got those. I have that one out. I don't know. Sorry for the delay. I know I have a second large flower because I put them all in here yesterday. Sorry about that. There it is. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Oh, I know I missed something else too, actually. Maybe not. Okay, yeah. And then there's the other large flower. Little different look. I don't remember what kind of flower this is. My mom wanted to be a big flower for her TBR and said, oh, that's really cool. That's a great idea. So there's those 2 big flowers that are coming. And then this isn't fully, and then so like non-stencil products. I will have these black long handle brushes, as well as a very limited quantity of each of these colors. I don't remember how many of each I have, but like the fun jeweled brushes. And then depending on how these sell, I might restock them. Okay, now the next thing up, and I haven't fully finished making the layout that I'm gonna make to tell you how many brushes will also be included in this, but this is our next layout kit. It's gonna be like the out the window one. You've got the different plants on the shelves and on the bottom, and then this will be the boxes, and then when you flip it you can use those boxes and those shelves. And you'll also get this insert of different plants that you can use on the shelves. And then there's 30, I think there should be 32, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 30. Okay, yeah, there's 31 plants here. So you can use this to decorate your shelves on the other side, or you can also use this specifically as a mood tracker. You know, put your shelves in and add your plants. There's 31, so, you know, like shorter months, obviously, you take them out. And then the third stencil in this set is this background one, which is like a background, like wallpapery type thing. When I do the layout, it'll make more sense. So these 3 will be included in it, as well as a certain number of brushes. You know, I try to keep the colors to like a minimum range. So like 1 for like each color that I use will be in there. So 3 stencils plus the anti-stencils and brushes will be in this layout kit. I tried to make it less than the last time, so it's a little cheaper and a little easier to access if it's something you want to use. And then also even more versatile, because like you can do this as a mood tracker and as deco. And like this, obviously, just like as background. And you can use these window boxes for other things as well. Once I do the layout though, it'll be more explained. And then the final thing, you know, when I do PVC, I like to do one fandom opening. I'm not going to reopen a vault. I decided to do new. And clearly, if you were here last time, this was a hint at what I was going to do. Because this time, it is Winnie the Pooh. I wanted to do classic and modern, but time got the best of me. I'm just doing modern this time. So maybe down the road I'll do like classic Winnie the Pooh. So this is the one with just their heads. And you'll also get the anti-heads as well. Now these ones specifically will only be available Saturday and Sunday. This will be explained when I like do the full release and whatnot. But they'll only be available Saturday and Sunday, and then they'll go in the vaults. So you have the Pooh heads, and then we have 3 different, you know, sets of like characters, mostly Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore and Piglet, but there's a couple. There's one rabbit and Kanga and Roo and Owl in there as well. Then we have the Mickey shape head one with some of the characters, and of course the little honey pot and bees. And then we have the Pooh font in the upper and lower case, of course. And then lastly, for the Winnie the Pooh, because I realized I forgot to show you one other stencil, which will just be available all the time. You really like the kits. I really enjoy the concept of them, but when I'm trying to design them, I'm always like, this is so hard. So once I get the layout together, I think I'll like it more. Because this time I'm like, I hope this is good. And then lastly, this went over really well with Baby Yoda, so I thought I would bring it back. This is kind of the one where you can make just Peking Pooh and he has the detail of him all together. So yeah, that one will also be available. And again, just the Pooh stuff, but the bee stuff will be, the bee one will be available all the time, but the Pooh stuff specifically will just be available Saturday and Sunday during PVC, so the 27th and 28th. And then the last stencil that I have was one that I had hinted at with my February release, but never got around to doing. It's kind of an addition to the snapped stencils. This one though, we have some Polaroids, the long like film strip type or photo booth type, and then we have one little individual film strip, and then a couple more Polaroids, and then you'll also get the small squares that go into all these, not those little tiny ones, but just those. So this will be a fun one to do. Like you could do boxes, like if you just had like a little bit in the week, you could use this for like the boxes of the week. Or if you had like small pictures from your like zips and whatever, you could put in there too. So just kind of an addition to the snapped one, because I know everybody really likes that. And I've got some other ones planned as well, but I saw the photo strips and I really like clung to that idea. So I went with that. But yeah, that is that. So that's all the PVC preview stuff. Again, this stuff will all come out when it's time. It'll come out. It's not coming out this week, and it'll be out next weekend. With more details and everything as well. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for being here and putting up with me being back and forth and not on and on. And I'm really trying to get in a good habit. Monday nights are shaping up to be one of the better nights for me, so it might start transitioning to more Monday nights. During PVC, I'll be on very frequently, like usual. But yeah, so that was my Tortured Poets kit. Who else is excited? I wanted to come Friday night and do like a listening party as we were planning. However, I got pulled into Taylor Swift trivia at a Eras themed bookstore. So I will be doing that instead. Sorry. But maybe one of these other nights we'll have a listening party. So anyway, thank you guys again. I really appreciate you guys being here. And yeah. Everybody have a good night. I'll let you know when my next live is soon. Good night.